This main city gate is part of a project by Italian architect Renzo Piano, which also included the National Parliament, built on what used to be a parking lot. Welcome to Business Angola. Now, behind these trees is a spectacular sight. It's a powerful national symbol. It's even on the country's currency. It's called Calendula. That's all for now from Business Angola. From all of us here on the Euronews team, we say obrigado, thanks for watching, and see you next time. In this edition of Global Japan, we're here to see how Japanese researchers have brought agro-technology from home and are working with their local colleagues to develop new kinds of rice as well as boost efficiency using IoT. In Japan, when you think of tea, think tradition, think lifestyle. The same goes for karate, a martial art that was born here. In this edition of Global Japan, we'll take a multi-dimensional look at both the drink and the sport through the eyes of foreigners who've made this land their home. The Himalayas are among the world's most seismically active regions. Just next door in Nepal, an earthquake killed thousands of people in 2015. In this edition of Global Japan, we look at how Japanese scientists are working with their local colleagues to reinforce traditional architecture to better withstand the next big one. How did a country that threw off communism nearly 3 decades ago manage to keep growing despite a global financial crisis? We're going to take you on a road trip to find out. Across Poland, we'll see how and why international companies are investing here and what Poland is doing to keep them coming. It's a place for people to come and build their professional dreams. Hong Kong is a magnet for talent, skill, finance, and creative energy. In this edition of Spotlight, we dig in to the real-life stories of Europeans who have come and built their lives here. Welcome to Spotlight. In this edition, we look at how Hong Kong managed to maintain operations by boosting online activity. We begin with what helps make Hong Kong a global crossroads, its trade shows. And yes, the show must go on. So you just can't play basketball like you did last time.
We can't, no, unfortunately, no. But hopefully we can play some other kind of activities.
Hello, I'm Chris Burns, and welcome to The Network, hard talk with a matrix of newsmakers. But from a federalist viewpoint, would you think good riddance in that sense, that the UK is out? We can do what we want now.
A big blockade would be removed.
So good riddance, David.
Well, can I just say the Spinelli Group is named after a communist. We're standing here in the Spinelli building.
Thanks, David. That's all the time we got for now. I'd like to thank our guests, David Campbell-Bannerman, Adrian Tripp, and Yo Leinen. I'm Chris Burns. And until next time, thanks for connecting with The Network. The new information that we have right now is that there have been other arrests, and not just in Belgium. There have been some 10 people that were arrested in overnight operations by police in the Paris area. Along with Brexit and migration, it's a major issue for the European Union. How hard to come down on member states that don't always follow the democratic principles enshrined in the EU's governing treaty. And if it looks the other way, what next? Chris Burns, CNN, Szczecin, Poland. How that can impact Germany's asylum policy remains to be seen. So far, the political tough talk points to a harder time for refugees as leaders look ahead to next year's elections. Chris Burns, CNN, Berlin.
Chris, who's under the gun exactly?
Well, Scarlett, you got at least 20 countries this year that are over the 3% GDP limit when it comes to their budget deficits. Half of those are facing what the EU calls excessive deficit procedure. 4 of them face a 6-month deadline. They got to come up with answers as to effective action by the end of this week. Company officials say they could crack down and try to break this blockade later this week, but workers here say that would only fan the flames of protest. Chris Burns, Bloomberg News, Leuven, Belgium.